Get into it. Coach Colin here. TDS is still rampant. You know, a lot of people saw Trump throw his fist up, blood on his face, and they understood to come together. They saw in that image that it's time to come together in unity. But the people who had TDS, all that did for them was make them start itching. They started itching, and then all of a sudden it was like a werewolf reaction, you know? It's like they saw the full moon. When they see unity and people coming together because of Trump, it causes a terrible reaction inside of their bloodstream. And they just go, and they grab their phone and they're like, it's time to make a video. And they just start screaming at their 36 followers like crazy. This gentleman right here, this is a very calm version of TDS. What's his name? George Conway. The guy even has Con in his name. This is so unhinged, so politely unhinged, this gentleman. Look at what this guy did. It's amazing he can't see anything wrong with himself, including the shape of his head. Let's go.
So we're here in Milwaukee, and we're just a few blocks away from the convention site. And we have our Billboard truck for the day with our website, and paid for by Anti-Psychopath PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. And here we have, here's the side of the truck. Felon, psycho, and rapist. And all of those things relate to his psychological condition. He's a criminal. He's a criminal because he can't obey rules and laws. He doesn't think they apply to him. And that's why he gets in so much trouble, and that's why he's a danger to the country. Criminal.
Imagine not understanding. Like everything he just said. Says the guy who bought a truck, he bought a car with Trump's face on it and is going to drive it around the city? And he's just saying thanks for nominating Felon, and just so unhinged and just completely unaware of it. Like his life is the definition of walking out of the washroom and just having toilet paper on the bottom of your shoe, and you just walking through life, and everyone's looking at you like, oh man, I hope he figures it out soon. Nah, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to embarrass him. That's exactly what this guy's life is. It's absolutely ridiculous. And misshapen head, listen, when you should be, listen, I'm not even gonna go like that. It's just very odd. I'm just saying, it's like peanut. It's very odd. But I'm just saying, you don't see shapes like that all the time. It's very interesting. But the fact that he doesn't realize that him buying a truck shows his psychological the psychological space that he's in right now, that he actually got a truck. Hey, what's with Trump? Oh man, he's a criminal, and he just doesn't have his mind just doesn't work properly. Okay, well, what are we gonna do now? Are we gonna go to lunch? No, I'm actually gonna call a company that actually has cars that have billboards on them, and I'm actually gonna dedicate that whole car to him. And I'm just gonna drive it around for the day. Oh, okay. Well, is it free? Is that why you're doing it? It's like a free thing? No, it's gonna cost me thousands of dollars. This is gonna cost thousands of dollars and gas. So that's what I'm doing today because Trump is crazy. Whoa. Hey man, you need to clue in a little bit. I'm just saying. That's all. And I got another one for you. This one, there's a nice surprise at the end of this one, okay? I'm going to give you a nice surprise at the end of this one. No, this is not my sister, okay? Listen, it's not. Don't comment. Don't ask me if it's my sister. It's not my sister, okay? My sisters are pretty. Okay, we got another one here. Check this out.
If you are still supporting Trump in 2024, you are either one, some, or all of the following. You are racist. You are a homophobe. You are anti-trans because you claim they are grooming your kids. Meanwhile, you dress them up, slap a bow on them, and hand them right to the church and cover it up. You are an Islamophobe. You are violent. You claim to be pro-life so long as the baby's in the womb, but you have nothing to say when Trump cut funding for much-needed child care programs. You claim to be pro-life, but many of you are kid lovers, and you know what the fuck I mean. You are poor. You blame other people, and by other people I mean black people and people of color, for your failures in life. You love America so much, but all of y'all was quieter than hoes in church when Trump cut funding for the veterans that you claim to love and support so much. If what I've said has you in your tender whittle feels, then I'm talking to you. Take that energy and go argue with your mama, honey, because I said what the fuck I said.
Could you imagine making this whole video holding up your very large arms and making this video? I'm just stating facts. I'm not being mean. Making this video and then saying, if this has you in your tender feels, hey, you made the video. Who's in their feelings? You made the video. And called anyone who supports Trump racist and violent and homophobic and kid love. Like, what? How did you even get that? I mean, just based on sheer fact. I mean, listen, that's obviously nonsense. But if we're looking at left and right, it's clear who's closer to that. It's very clear. Sorry. Maybe you're not looking at the left properly. You're just like in your house all the time. You need to go explore the left. You'll see they're way more accepting of that kind of thing. I'm just saying. I'm not putting the evil on anybody. I'm just saying you see it a lot more in people who are left leaning. I'm saying. That's all. I'm just saying. But what a wild thing to put out there. Just right off the bat, you're racist. And this just hundreds of thousands of black people are like, what? Huh? What? It's like, these people keep going with these old talking points of, oh, you're racist and homophobic. Meanwhile, we see by the thousands, there's gay people who are supporting Trump, black people, Hispanic people, women. They keep on going with this ridiculous narrative. They're still stuck in the narrative that they were pushed, that mainstream media pushed on them, which is it's just all racist white people who support Trump. That's it. That's all it is. That party's not for you. Don't even look over at that party. No, that's not Amber Rose on stage. No. That's not Byron Donald. No. That's his butler. No. Don't worry about him. No. Just look over here. Look, Kamala. Look, she's dancing. Look, she's dancing. It's ridiculous. Look at Joe. He's sleeping. Look how cute Joe is when he's sleeping. Huh? Come on over here. Yeah, no, we don't use that flag. No, that's the American flag. We don't use that one. We use this one. More colors. Look at it. Huh? You have kids? Bring your kid. I'm just kidding. I won't go that far. I'm not going to insult like she's going to insult, okay? The special surprise, okay? It was special to me, all right? The first comment on here, absolutely ridiculous. Unhinged. I don't condone it. Is that Charles Barkley? I was done. That threw me off. Is that Charles Barkley? Holy. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't condone it. I don't. I think that's wrong to say. No, I do. I'm sorry. I just figured I'd show everybody. You know, I try to bring people truth and try to bring information, and I couldn't leave out that little bit of information. That was crazy. I laughed 10 times longer when I first saw that. It disrupted my workday. It did. It disrupted everything. Oh my gosh. And it could be Charles Barkley. I don't know. I don't know, man. You know? Charles can do whatever he wants. I mean, last I checked, before his show got canceled because it sucked, he wanted to punch black people in the face who were wearing Trump shirts. Some of those people that had those wild little things they were saying, real quiet nowadays, aren't they? Robert De Niro, I don't hear anything from Robert De Niro. You heard anything from Robert De Niro? Real quiet. Charles Barkley, shh, real quiet. Even Van Jones is like, just stopped all the nonsensical rhetoric. You know, the last time I heard him talking, he was like, a bullet couldn't stop Trump and a virus stopped Biden. I don't know. He doesn't even know what to say anymore. He's like, I'm fresh out of propaganda. I don't understand. The earpiece is not working. There's no more propaganda from you to spew out. You wait a few weeks. They'll have more. They'll have more soon enough. Once they announce who's running in place of Biden, they'll have more and more. Even Gavin Newsom came out recently when he heard about JD Vance, and he was like, when he heard about JD Vance and when he heard Trump's speech at the RNC, and he's like, rambling liars, we will beat them. I was like, oh my gosh. It's really tough in this whole landscape when you're like this lady in the pantsuit, she's getting very, very old, and you're like, wow, like, this whole generation of them is getting so old. And then Gavin Newsom walks up and you're like, oh, come on, man. There's more. I thought it was done after the last batch. Just like we saw George Soros, Klaus Schwab's retiring, and then all of a sudden Klaus Schwab's like, I have a daughter. And you're like, what? She's in her 30s? Like, oh my God. George Soros' son walks up. He's like, hi, name's Alex. You're like, Christ. Are you for real? More of these guys? It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And you see Bill Gates. Bill Gates is ready to fill the shoes of all the demon elite. And then you're like, well, Bill's getting old. He has a daughter. She's not, I don't even know she's 30 yet. Jeez. It doesn't stop. Thank God. Thank God. I was watching the RNC. Thank God Trump has a granddaughter, beautiful granddaughter who was giving a speech, a beautiful speech. I saw grandsons there as well. Barron wasn't there, surprisingly, but at least there's a bunch of Trumps that are coming up. There's a new crop of Trumps coming up. Thank God. This is crazy. It just doesn't stop. You think the World Economic Forum's done, and then all of a sudden some guy's just like, I will take it over, and we will do more things for the governments of the world. And you're like, oh, stop spraying my crops. Oh man. But anyways, Charles Barkley with the message. Because Charlie could be a girl or guy's name, sometimes, Charlie. That's Charles Barkley right there. Anyways, guys, I'm being silly. These are just jokes. I'm just kidding around. I just want to bring some lightness. You know what I mean? I was just doing an intense episode about these whistleblowers that came forward and actually showed that Trump's Secret Service, if you haven't seen the episode, Trump's Secret Service apparently weren't actually Secret Service agents. They were Homeland Security. They were from Homeland Security investigations. So they weren't trained on how to handle the whole event. From how to handle things if Trump ended up getting shot, which he did. They didn't handle that properly. That's the reason he was able to get up and do that whole thing. Real Secret Service agents would have been like, you're not doing that, sir. I'm sorry. That's it. And they would have just covered him and not listened to him at all. These people were listening to him. That's why there were some ladies there. One looked like Melissa McCarthy from a Will Ferrell movie or something like that. It's true. It's true. Go watch it again. There's one of them, the one that can't put her gun away. So apparently these people weren't trained up properly. And when some whistleblowers came forward to Senator Josh Hawley, it's just like, oh my gosh. And then on top of that, the head of the Secret Service, she doesn't want to resign. She refuses to answer questions, and she's making it so she has to be subpoenaed and brought in front of a committee in order to answer any questions. And who knows what she's going to do when she does that. So this is all getting too heavy. And then it turns out the kid the kid who took the shots, what's his name? Thomas Cook, whatever his name is. It turns out he had 3 encrypted accounts that were overseas, and they don't know if they were social media accounts, or which doesn't make any sense, or if they were like financial accounts. So this kid went from just some kid who was getting bullied to a kid who was in a Black Rock commercial and people were like, huh? To a kid who had encrypted offshore accounts. What is going on? So I had to bring a little, sometimes this is just, for myself as much as it's for you guys, So thank you very much, Charles. We're going to sign off now. Me and Charles there. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Other than that, I'm out.